Duran.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to Raw with April Duran as I interview and promote singers and bands from all over the world, all genres. In studio tonight, we have the power duo, power couple goals, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick and Alex Windsor. Yeah. We also have a call-in interview with Jules and The Howl. We'll hear, oh my goodness, she has a world premiere, brand new single release that's coming out, and we get to play it first. Can you believe that? We also are going to have Whole Life Soaps giveaway, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the phone number so you could be the winner. But first, before we go any further, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Hotbox Vintage, out in South Pasadena.
Hi, I'm Delilah, and I own Hotbox Vintage in South Pasadena, California. At Hotbox, our goal is curating vintage pieces that you can't live without. Our collection includes everything from the 1940s to even the early 2000s. What excites us is eclectic and unconventional style, since there's no one-size-fits-all approach to fashion. Hotbox is priced for accessibility so that literally anyone can discover some vintage gems of their own. Plus, it's sustainable. Find us on Instagram and use code RAGHOUSE at checkout for 20% off your first order at hotboxvintage.com.
That's right. Delilah is freaking amazing. Entrepreneur for 15 years, founder of Hotbox Vintage out in South Pasadena. Check them out, hotboxvintage.com. Your first purchase, 20% off if you punch it in the promo code RAGHOUSE. All right, let's get this party started. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
We are great.
Can you tell I had some coffee?
Yeah.
So did we. We just we stopped at Rad Coffee, one of our favorites in Upland, on the way out here. So so we're pumped. We're super excited to be here.
And I asked them, because you guys live in Los Angeles, and I said, how in the hell do you know about Rad Coffee? And you want to tell the story really quick?
Yeah, my brother's wife, her brother's from Riverside, and she had seen a thing online and sent it over to us and said, this place is kind of perfect for you guys. So we swung out and checked it out on the way out to Palm Springs, and anytime we come out here, it's like an excuse.
And you know what's cool about this? And this is why I wanted you to tell the story. Ironically, last week I was like, sponsorship from Rad Coffee, because they're just right down the street and the sweaty part of SoCal, Inland Empire. And I thought that would be perfect for them. So we have so much going on. If you don't know, you know now. Patrick and Alex are husband and wife, power duo. Just like I said earlier, couple goals, man. They're musicians. They're hot. They're young. They make music together. I'm sure, you know, that I could get dirty with that, but I'm not going to. Let's keep this kind of G-rated. But enough of me. Can you guys tell your story on how you guys met and, you know, just the beginning of Patrick and Alex?
Sure, yeah. I can start. How about this? I can start with my version of how I think things went down, and then you can tell your version. So it's funny. So my day job is I work for Guitar Center. I'm the specialist of educational affairs there.
Awesome.
And so how I got started there, I worked in the stores back in Chicago. We're both from Chicago originally.
I was going to just ask that.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So worked at the stores in Chicago, and I had a background. I was selling guitars at the time, but I had a background in teaching music, and I really wanted to get involved in Guitar Center's music lesson program.
Cool.
So at the time, because it was still a very new program, we only had one location in all of Chicago that taught lessons, and that happened to be Highland Park, Illinois.
And that's where you guys live, like near there?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
I lived super, super, super far away, so I drove every day.
When we're talking super far.
We're talking, okay, let's see. How can I put this into LA speak?
It was basically LA to Inland Empire. It was like doing this every day.
But wait.
Yes.
COVID time or pre-COVID time?
It was a way pre-COVID time. Yeah, it would have been, it was about 60
No,
miles.
like a time frame ride.
Yeah, time frame.
Yeah, that's a solid
hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, because pre-COVID time, for you guys to come out here would have been like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you were passionate about this.
Yes, I was very passionate about it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the job because it's something I really want to do. And I drove from the southwest suburb all the way to the northeast suburb of Chicago. And I made that drive every single day. Well, he happened to be, we had always kind of like worked in Guitar Centers, like we worked in the same stores, just not at the same time. Like he would transfer from one store to the next, and then I would transfer there after him, and then he'd be going to. So it was almost like I was like chasing him, like metaphorically.
How funny! How ironic.
Yeah, right. And so we get there. I transferred to his store. They're planning on moving him to another store, of course, but they want him to train me how to run that lessons program because he was the lessons manager at the time.
Oh my goodness,
So
this gets even better.
I was taking his job, and that's how we kind of officially met.
Oh my goodness. Was it like stars at first sight when you guys first met?
I think so. I mean, he ended up training me how to do all of the processes and stuff, and not just that, but like how to handle the different. So the north side of Chicago is very affluent.
Okay.
Old money.
I've never been. So yeah. I'm glad you're describing it.
Yeah. So it's there's a lot of old money there. A lot of very nice people, but very entitled people.
Oh, okay. I get the feel.
If you can
the
pick
dynamic,
up what I'm putting down. So these parents were very, they had crazy schedules. Their kids were in a million activities, and their, billing was all over the place. So for me, I think where our friendship really took off was like was not only helpful in teaching me how to do things, but he was super helpful in like explaining, okay, this parent has this special need, so here's what you do to help accommodate them, and like, here's the best way to handle this, and he was just very, very helpful.
And that's extremely important. When you're dealing with children or adults, because I'm sure you were giving adults lessons too, right?
So, yeah. Sometimes, and I think sometimes, the adults that would take lessons, like you had to have more patience with them.
How funny.
than the kids. Because,
oh my goodness, I bet. Yeah.
Because they're like, they're fired up, but they haven't been in school in so long that they forget that there's a process you have to follow in order to get there. So, so anyway, so he trained me, and then when he transferred to his other store, he was still available. I would call him and, hey, what's going on? I don't know what to do here.
How cute.
And so he would help me out. So we became really good friends. And so from there, we ended up, becoming more than friends, and we started dating. And then we had been dating we were friends for about a year, but we'd been dating for just a couple of months when I got the call from Guitar Center Corporate saying, hey, we have a position in California that we want to move you out here for.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Guitar Center called you and said, we want to move you to California.
Yes.
That's a big deal. That's huge.
Yeah, it was an expensive move that they paid for, so
Yeah.
it was...
You're a gem,
deal.
girlfriend. Well, we already knew you were, but I mean, on top of that, right?
Oh, stop. Yeah, so they had called me, and it was really convenient that they called me in the middle of December, and it was freezing cold. I don't know if you've been to Chicago in December, but it's a great time to move to LA.
You're like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, seriously, I'm like, can I go tomorrow? But it was, we had kind of talked about how we both wanted to end up in LA at some point, and so here it was laid out for us, like, hey, we're gonna pay for your entire move. We're gonna hire movers and like move all your stuff out here and get you a place and whatnot. So are we doing this? Yeah. And so I was like, are you coming?
Oh my goodness.
Like, let's do it.
Did you have to think?
I did, because I love Chicago. It's just...
Born and raised?
No, I was born here, actually.
Oh, how funny. What part?
I was born in Santa Monica.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
okay.
So when I was born, we lived in West LA on Bundy, and then we moved around all over the place as we grew up. But yeah, so there was always that there that my extended family's out here, and so it's nice. But yeah, I love Chicago. I miss it every day.
Oh man.
I don't want to go back. I mean, I love visiting, and I don't want to move back. But there's a love there that.
Usually it's vice versa. Like people who move out here, they're just like, I love it here. I would never move back. But with you, it's just not that you.
I love it here, and I would never move back. Absolutely.
But you miss
still
Chicago.
the case. But now I feel like I have two homes. Where when we go home for the holidays or whatever, I feel like I'm going home, and I get very, excited for Italian beef and good pizza, and then
Is that what's there?
Yes.
Italian beef and good pizza.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
there. I need to go. I've never been. So.
You should. And then when we're done with that after a week, it's like, oh, all right, now it's nice to come back.
Yeah, come back to California.
Yeah, I feel like I get to go home on both sides, so it's nice.
So cool. Patrick and Alex, they're married. They both are musicians. They both are singers. They both do a lot of badass things. I just asked them their story of how they came together. I think it's so cool that you guys were friends first because you like built that, plateau. I mean, like, who was the one who like made the first, ooh, I want to kiss you, or you look hot, or
it was
who
probably
made the
mutual.
first? Yeah,
probably
sure.
mutual.
Yeah.
I think so. I think so. I think it was mutual. But yeah, I think that it was important for us to have that foundation of like, we make each other laugh, and like we value the same things, and all of that. I think you have to lay the groundwork for that before wanting to take it to the next level, like, you know, moving to California together. So
That's a big deal. So what year did you move out to California?
So I got the job offer in December of 2015. We officially made the move in January of 2016. So it just past 4 years here in LA.
You guys are totally, you guys are LA people. You guys are from SoCal.
Right. Well, we find ourselves now because, you know, we used to live in Chicago and we're used to these like crazy cold temperatures. But then you move out here and it doesn't take very long for you to all of a sudden go, oh my gosh, it's like 50 degrees today. It's freezing. How did we ever live like this?
Yeah, you acclimated.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're total LA sissies now. Like,
I love being by the ocean because I sweat so much. Do you guys sweat, perspire, kind of TMI? But
big time.
So that's the one thing about living in Southern California. Just look, he backs up. He's like, I hope she's not sweating now.
It's like, hold on, let me check real quick.
We lived in the valley with a one wall unit air conditioner, so
you totally get it.
It's just sweat all the time.
SoCal sweat, man. It's fun. It doesn't smell too bad.
Yeah.
So, okay, what are you guys currently working on now? Now, I can't wait to play your music, but I want to hear the story, the inspiration behind your songs. Who creates them? Who writes them?
So, for this project, it's called Patrick Windsor and the Blackmail House, and it started with me just writing songs that were kind of reminiscent of like 60s pop music.
I feel that.
Yeah, definitely 60s and 70s vibes, power pop stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I write everything.
Okay, so you're the writer.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you probably add to it or...
My contribution to the writing process is he'll go, hey babe, how does this sound? Does this work okay? And I'll just, I'll tell him yes or no. That's
it works.
Yeah, that's my contribution. I mean, so we both technically went to school for jazz, and we both studied jazz and whatnot. He is the more like he's much better at coming up with the ideas and the concepts, and then my strength has always been taking an idea and then like building off of it. And so that's kind of my contribution is like he'll bring me a song and then I'll write a bass line for it, or I'll give him feedback on horn lines or things like that. So it's usually it starts with him, and then I'm like the second filter that it comes through.
And then there's always like whenever there's certain specific things of, hey, I'm not really sure about this part. I'm kind of thinking about doing this, kind of thinking about doing this. Does one speak to you? And so it's good to get other feedback. If you do everything by yourself, without any other feedback, it gets a little, I don't know, stale, I guess. Sometimes it's nice to have other people to...
Oh, for sure. Yeah, with anything and everything. But I just think it's so awesome how you guys like are married and you live together. So like you're like, let's eat dinner. Oh, let's write a song. Okay, let's play together. That sounds like fun to me. Like, is that what really happens behind closed doors?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it can be a little more impulsive than that, So what we'll usually do is, we'll eat dinner, we'll hang out, whatever. I'll go and I'll work on, something else that I've got going on because I like to do other things as well. And then he'll go into the studio and he'll write some songs or he'll write an idea and then call me in, and then we'll just kind of go from there and figure out what we want, what we want the next step for that to be. So yeah, we just moved to a new apartment that the major point of us moving, apart from the fact that we wanted central air because we live in the valley. And parking spots.
Those are so important.
Oh, so important. But we wanted to have an extra room, one, so that, our family can have a place to stay when they come out and visit, since the majority of our family still lives in Illinois.
Right.
But we wanted to have a place where, our old apartment was just like just every single nook and cranny was full of guitar cases.
Oh my gosh.
Because between the two of us, we probably have 20-ish guitars?
It's around there. It rotates a lot. I work for a guitar manufacturer too, so like...
What guitar?
I work for Cordoba and Guild Guitars.
Oh, cool.
So there's always
Very
like
awesome.
a rotation of...
Don't tell anybody where you live, because that's like a store.
I know.
We don't want people like breaking in, and that would be like, so shh.
Yeah.
Don't say where you live. Not that you're going to announce it.
Right.
But.
Somewhere in LA.
Yeah.
But yeah, so our old apartment, we just had, on top of having a whole recording setup and stuff, like it was just, way, way too small for all of this stuff. So our second room is just dedicated to that.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
Very
so
cool.
Yeah, so when we were moving out, our old landlady was like, "Oh, are you getting a 2-bedroom because you're planning on starting a family and kids?" And we're like,
Baby
"Actually,
guitars."
we're trying to find a place for all of our guitars and our amps and
Those are your kids,
our
really.
studio."
That's true.
If you think about it.
The grandbabies, yeah.
Yeah, totally. So that is so cool. So you're the mind, you're the creative guy. Now the inspiration, and that's so funny you said 60s, 70s, because when I was hearing your song that I'm just going to play in just a little bit, I felt the vibe of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know, but that's the song that, like I can't sing. Okay, but you know what I mean? Like that cool, like 60s, 70s vibe. And what inspires that? Because you're so young.
It probably started definitely with my dad growing up on, he's actually born and raised in the Valley. And he grew up on Beatles and Everly Brothers. The Monkees, all of that stuff, everything, all the 60s stuff. So I grew up on that, was like my introduction to music as I was a kid. And then, started getting into everything else and playing goth and industrial and metal and going to jazz school. And then I get older and then come back around
it does
to that stuff. And I think it's been something really great for us to connect with, especially now that he's in Chicago and I'm here. And
is he a musician?
He is the reason I started playing guitar. He does play guitar.
Cool.
And his guitar is his very first guitar, or my first guitar was his, purchased from McCabe's in Santa Monica. And now it has gone all over the country and back to California.
How cool.
Still have it, still use it. It's on my records and everything. It's great. So kind of came back to the thing that I was introduced to in the first place. And it's a good mix of taking all of the rock and roll that I grew up playing,
right,
and then also kind of mixing it with the jazz influence from going to school for jazz, and all of that kind of comes together well.
That is so cool. Yeah, and you're right. It all comes around, right? It's just, and your styles, I mean, were you always did you guys kind of start blending with the same styles, or did you?
Kind of.
You mean dark?
Well, you know what? I heard you said I always wear black. I always wear black too, and I wouldn't consider myself goth or anything. It's just that's what I reach for. So
it's just the best color.
It fits with everything.
You guys are dark.
It does.
We're all dark. I wish I had one of those scary button things. Wait, let's see. Do I have anything here? Sad Oh wait, let's see. No, that's not scary. That's not scary at all. But yeah, that's not going to work. So we have 2 songs from Patrick and Alex Windsor, and they're telling us their life story. And it's so exciting because they moved out here from Chicago. I can't believe that. I mean, that is just so extraordinary that you were offered a position through Guitar Center and they moved you.
Yeah.
That is cool. And then you
I threw my shit in the van. Just came out.
You're like, out of here.
Yeah, I was like, when's the truck? I'm gonna throw everything in there.
That is so cool. So the story behind All Through the Night, is there like a special story behind it, or?
No, there. Other than just being a love song. I
love that.
Yeah, this EP is called Dark Lady Songs, and each one of the songs kind of revolves around the theme of a dark woman. So in this case, it's really just about falling in love with a darkly. Anybody
particular that you were thinking of?
Yeah. See, that's something that happens every time now. As we write a new song, and it's just like, baby, is this one about me? You're like,
I love it.
Yeah, this one's about you.
See, and my fiance is a drummer. I wish he was a singer guitar player, because then he would hopefully write a song about me.
Baby, this drum beat is all about you. When you walk, this is the beat. This is the beat right here. Yeah.
Well, here's a song, All Through the Night. I'm excited to play this because I bet you will get that feel of that 60s, 70s vibe, and I want us to talk through it. It's a joyful tune. Huh?
It is.
That is true.
The days go by.
It's you.
Another crime is made. I'm counting down to when the daylight fades. She'll pick me up.
When did you release this single?
And all the things
Just a few weeks ago. I think the EP came out around like last weekend of May, and then we put the video out same day. So it's been about a month.
World premiere, ladies and gentlemen. Tell them where we can find you.
You can find us on Instagram. I think it's just EW and the Blackmail House. On Facebook, Patrick Windsor and the Blackmail House. And the music is on all digital retailers.
You can pretend to play. No?
What?
Can you pretend to play?
I know it's you. 'Cause all we ever do is find the dark. 'Cause you like darkness too. And in the end, when we are dead and gone, the day
Where do you record your music?
the shape of love.
A lot of places. The drums were done in North Hollywood at like a project studio, and then guitar and bass was done at a buddy of mine's house in Sylmar, that from Chicago, that our bands used to play together. And then all the other instruments for this whole EP were done all across the country.
Wow.
Kind of sent files all over.
How cool.
So yeah,
lot-
piano was done in Chicago.
A lot of the tracks though were just recorded in our studio, at the time just our bedroom.
How awesome. Your studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like my fiance, he calls our garage the vault, the drum where all his cymbals are.
I-
You have to have that title.
I like
it's
it.
cool.
I like it.
So
Sounds
it's what
cooler.
Prince called his. Prince had the vault. That's where he put all his music.
Oh, okay. I love Prince.
There you go.
But I like this song better. It's like a skipping tune. Like it makes you happy. Does it feel weird listening to you?
Not anymore. I recorded this songs probably like over a year ago, so I've listened to it so many times that it just kind of,
Yeah.
just heard it a million times, so it's normal.
I love the contrast. How you guys said you guys were dark, but this song, this song all through the night was just like dun dun.
That's kind of my MO is very dark, sometimes disturbing lyrics with total just pop music.
I love it.
Just catchy, happy tunes.
It's like a curveball.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
The newest one that we're working on is it's a song about. It's again very catchy, very upbeat. It's got the the fun horn lines, but the lyrics, because we've been watching in quarantine, we've been watching a lot of cult documentaries, so like
Ooh.
Jonestown and like Waco and stuff. And so the lyrics are actually kind of like almost like a cult suicide sort of thing. So it's like very very dark, but like still light and fluffy and
But it
happy.
sounds like Chicago.
Yeah,
the
it
band.
still has
It
that
does.
flair.
Yeah.
Have you guys taken the Manson tour out in LA?
No, we've done the Black Dahlia tour though. Same, the
Ooh.
Dearly Departed, same ones.
Yeah.
So we have done that one. We haven't done the Manson one now. But we the place we just moved from was like 2 blocks away from the Spawn Ranch.
That's nuts, man. Yeah, that's so crazy. We just watched Zodiac last night. The Zodiac, and that also was happening around here. They were at the Ontario Airport, which is right down the street in Riverside, and I'm just like, lots of and then we just had all those crazy things happening.
Yeah, I
around
make my
here.
parents tell me stories because they were, my dad grew up here and everything. So, when Manson was happening, he was living in the valley, and then my mom remembers being terrified by Ramirez.
So was my parents, yeah. And then we had the Night Stalker who got beat up by cholos in LA. He
Yes.
got cornered. He was also got crazy stuff. California, man.
It's California and Chicago because Chicago's got Gacy and so it's like the Midwest. Dahmer was in Milwaukee, which is basically a Chicago suburb. Don't tell him I said that. But
Yeah. It's so crazy. Patrick and Alex Windsor, I keep saying it because they are the power duo. They're just like couple goals, man. They're like, they have a room, not for their babies but actually for their babies. They're guitar babies. And so we won't say where they live or anything because we don't want anyone rolling all in.
Right.
But
we can be friends and you come hang out with us.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. I want to come hang out just with your guitars.
Yeah.
Just even though I can't play. I'll
Come on
pretend.
over. Hey, I work for the Guitar Center lessons team, so I got you covered.
That is so cool. And have you guys ever heard of Guitar Center actually moving somebody out for a position? That's a big deal. Huge deal. I have to keep telling you that so you know you're awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
They're going to be so mad. They're going to be like,
No! Don't say that shit anymore.
yeah, cut it out. So now it is give time. It's giveaway time. Whole Life Soaps. They're freaking amazing. They're out of Wrightwood, California. Have you guys ever been to Wrightwood? Up
No.
here in the
No.
local mountains. Or our local mountains in general. Have you guys ever been?
We actually we went to Big Bear
Oh, yeah,
a couple
yeah.
weeks ago, which we fell in love. It was amazing.
It's awesome. And that's where my family has a place where Gritty and Pink. And by the way, I know these lovely people from Gritty and Pink. Thank you, Shira. Thank you, ladies of Gritty and Pink. Otherwise, this wouldn't be happening right here.
That's right.
So Whole Life Soaps giveaway time. I will give away my phone number right now for the first caller. They're located in Wrightwood, California. Whole Life Soaps are made from natural ingredients like shea butter and coconut oil. Their soaps won't dry your skin, which is really important. They smell great, which is super important, and they leave you feeling clean. Whole Life Soaps is also local SoCal family-owned business. When you buy from Whole Life Soaps, you're supporting your community, and remember, what you put onto your body is as important as what you put into it. Visit wholelifesoaps.com today. First caller will win 3 soaps and a package of 3. But can you tell my boys took the other 2? My son and my fiance. So call 909-477-7321 if you'd like to be the winner. You'll talk with us right now live. Let me throw it out again. 909-477-7321. People are afraid to call in. Not last week. They called in right away. We had a bunch of calls. But I think it's that whole I'm live, I'm on. You guys are artists. You guys are performers. So you don't get nervous, I'm sure. Or you do sometimes when it's
we grew up trying to call for concert tickets.
There you
all
go.
the time. It was the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. And me too. I don't know. Did they still have it when you were?
They still had it. I was one of the ones that was too afraid to do it.
See?
You give me an instrument and it's fine, but then if you have me actually have to speak over the radio or whatever, then it's
It's
as
crazy.
a kid, it would just make me so nervous.
All you wanted to do
Yeah.
was just be the 10th caller to get Lilith Fair tickets in 1996.
Lilith Fair. Now you're aging yourself.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Let me throw it out one more time. WholeLifeSoaps.com giveaway. Check them out. They're freaking amazing. 909-477-7321. It's okay. We totally feel you if you're nervous. And last week, man, we had 10 calls. It's amazing. But until we have a caller, we are actually going to call one of our friends. She is absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to, let me see. I won't say your number out loud, Jules and The Howl, but I am going to dial it right now.
But I know you're a dirty 632.
Oh, we're getting a call actually right now. Here we go.
Oh boy. Here we go. Yep.
Oh, no.
Hi, thank you for calling in Raw with April Duran. Who am I speaking with?
Oh my God, am I the winner?
Yeah. You're the winner. And who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with Patrick and Alex's best friend.
Yay!
That's true.
And do you have a name, Patrick and Alex's best friend?
My name is Brad.
Brad, thank you so much for tuning in to Raw with April Duran as I interview your amazing friends. They're so badass. And yes, you are the winner of WholeLifeSoaps.com. You're going to love your gift.
Sweet.
Yeah, is there anything you'd like to tell our guests?
You got to come here to pick them up, though.
You have to do the 3-hour drive to the IE.
Oh, no, he's in North Carolina. So
North Carolina.
Oh my goodness! We'll get you a ticket. We'll fly. We'll have Patrick fly him out
there
for
you
you.
go.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in, North Carolina. I'm sure there's a time difference.
3 hours?
3 hours. So how do you guys know each other? How do you know Brad?
Guitar Center, like everything else.
Yeah. Brad, you're also
we're family. We're not friends. We're family.
It's true. We call him Daddy.
Daddy Brad. Ooh.
Daddy Brad, that's right.
Yeah, Brad was there the first day that I started at Guitar Center, and I fell in love. He is the most wonderful person on the planet, and I miss him greatly.
Oh man, Brad, did you hear that?
Yes, you're gonna make me cry.
Are you also in a band?
No, I've been here for about a year, and I still don't even really know anybody. So,
It takes
and I actually
time.
just started picking up. I'm a drummer.
He's
I
a
picked up
he's a fantastic drummer.
Ooh.
I
who's-
don't know about that, but so yeah, no, I haven't had time.
Are you endorsed with anyone, or do you play for anybody?
Just my Facebook audience.
That's good. That's awesome. Yeah. Too bad you weren't out here because my fiance, he's endorsed with Yamaha and Pisces. Hook you up.
There you go.
One day, I will be in California.
Yeah.
Well, come out and visit me,
And we
please.
can start a band.
Yeah.
There you go. We got
Yeah.
guitar, bass. We do have a drummer, and Carl is wonderful. But we can
You
have,
can have two.
another project. Yeah, exactly.
And-
Dueling
There you go.
drummers.
Now you're gonna have some soap to clean up with after you
Yes.
play.
Thank you so much
Sorry,
for.
sounds good.
Yes, thank you so much. You're going to love wholelifesoaps.com. They're amazing. They're out here in Wrightwood, out here in Southern California. So the natural ingredients, you're going to love them. Brad, I will be texting you after the show for your information so we can mail you out your package. Thank you so much.
Thank you for making me clean. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Love
Talk
you,
to you soon.
Daddy.
We
I
love
love
you.
you guys.
Love you, Daddy.
Bye.
Bye. There you go. We have a winner, Brad, wholelifesoaps.com. Check them out. They're absolutely amazing. Okay, let's call our awesome friend, Jules and The Howl. And not only is she awesome, we're going to have a world premiere, ladies and gentlemen. She has a brand new release that's coming out. She hasn't even released it yet, and we're going to play it here.
Hello.
All right.
Hey, girl.
What is up, you beautiful human beings? How are you all?
We're fantastic.
We're good. We miss you.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, I miss you guys too. I'm coming back to LA in a few days, so then we'll have a reunion barbecue and it'll be wonderful.
All right.
Woohoo.
I hope all is well with your family. And
Yes.
Good. Jules and The Howl, you were listening. If you're tuning in right now, you're listening to Jules and The Howl. We just called her. You're in Vegas?
Yes, ma'am.
Man, we're going all over the world here, all over
I
the
know.
U.S. Well, not the world, the U.S. Now, Jules, you have a single you're going to release soon. Tell us about it.
I do, yes. So the single is called Enough, and I wrote it back in late 2018 when my band basically crashed and burned. I had just an awful release show, awful release. It just was really not going well for me at the time, and I wrote it. I felt like I kept doing as much as I could to make my career happen, make my dream happen, make the album happen, and I never felt like I was enough. And I kept having to fight and grapple with these feelings of not feeling enough for my career, my industry, for my bandmates at the time. Like I was really grappling with those feelings. So this song is really by far the most vulnerable I have ever been in my music and in my songwriting. So it's definitely turning a new leaf in terms of the honesty that I put into my songwriting nowadays. And it's also turning a new leaf because it's the first single that I am releasing under my new name.
Wow. Congratulations. Now, I have
Thank you.
The inspiration behind the song, I have to say, I'm not a musician. Unfortunately, I wish I was, or a singer. But as an artist, you guys must go through those kind of feelings often.
Oh, my God.
I'm guessing.
So the way that I like to kind of describe it to people is that, everyone has the ability to experience the full range of emotions, right? There's a whole spectrum of emotions. The difference, I think, with a lot of creative types is that not only do you experience the whole spectrum of emotions, but you experience each one on a huge level. Like there's just so much depth within that one emotion that you can experience. And the beauty of that is that as songwriters and as creatives, we're able to tap into that and essentially articulate what a lot of people are feeling but aren't able to verbally express.
And so, and then you're creating your own music. You're all alone, basically. And so you don't have any, input unless you reach out to people like, how does this sound or whatever. So I'm sure that plays a huge part too, because a lot of times when you're creating stuff, you want some feedback, right? You want some positive feedback or.
Oh yeah. I mean, for me personally, I've been able to develop a little bit of a network where I trust people's ears for like different things.
Good.
But yeah, like my one girl, Samantha, you know, I hit her up a few times for various like vocal production things. Like I'm like, hey, how does this sound? How does this sound? Actually, funny enough, my fiance Dave is not a musician, does not have musical talent. But he's an actor and he came out to LA with me and
Nice.
I actually bounced a lot of, I know, I'm very blessed. Also from Chicago, by the way. What?
We grew up 30 minutes away from each other.
I know.
Oh my God, I feel left out here, you guys. You're making me feel awkward.
Actually, and the song that we played was mixed in the same town as her hometown.
Oh my goodness. Wait,
Yeah.
did you guys meet out here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now that is really weird.
It's so hysterical.
That was supposed to
Alex,
be Twilight Zone, didn't
I
it?
know. And like, you know, Alex went to like the college that was like literally like 20 minutes down the street from me. Like it was just nuts.
That
So
is
nuts.
bizarre.
It's a
So,
small world, but I
yeah.
think it's an even smaller world in the music industry. You know, you think it's this huge industry, but really there's
Right.
so much overlap that everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
Right.
People from Chicago
yeah.
out here, it's like we're like the tapeworms of LA. Like, we're just like creeping through. You'll find us all over the place. And
Really?
yeah, it's
I
true.
did not know. I
You
thought
won't even
New
realize
York.
it. No, it's
Yeah.
Chicago. It's all of us.
That's crazy. I knew Arizona, New York, but not Chicago.
If you meet a really nice person who's just bitching about pizza, they're
from
totally
Chicago.
from Chicago. Yeah.
No, when Alex, was it you who told me about Portillo's that there was one in California?
There is.
think it
So
was
Yeah,
there's
we're close
two.
to one right now because there's one in Inland Empire.
Yeah, there's
Right.
two.
So Alex literally changed my life because she was like, girl, Portillo's is in California. And I was like, hold on. I literally like dropped everything I was doing and I researched it immediately. And Alex, of course, was telling the truth. And I was like, oh my God, I have
What
to get
city-
Italian beef right now.
What city is it in?
Moreno Valley and Buena Park.
Oh, okay, because my cousin owns Portillo's.
Wait, hold up. Back the train up here.
But
What?
theirs is in Glendora, so I think it's
Okay, no, that's not it.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
I can add to that. Okay, so I grew up in Hinsdale, and the Dick Portillo, the guy who owned it, our good family friends bought his house. So I've technically been in Dick Portillo's swimming pool, and it's shaped like a hot dog.
Wait.
And it's
Is
shaped
it
like a hot
shaped
dog.
like a hot dog?
No, literally, it's shaped like a hot dog. I'm not even joking.
that is so awesome. What a cool story. So,
I know.
oh my goodness. So Jules and The Howl, brand new
Yes,
single,
ma'am.
has not even come out yet. I want to say thank you so much for I'm allowed to play it, right?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you so much for premiering it. I'm so excited.
And wait, you're not going anywhere yet. Let me start it though. Can we hear the first couple minutes together?
Yeah, do it.
Here we go. Here is a world premiere from Jules and The Howl called Enough.
I'll let you know if I do.
It's lonely being perfect. God knows I try every day. It's only ever worth it if I try and I get my way. It's quiet after the battle. Lord knows how hard I fought. It's colder on top of the castle. Even now, my heart is still lost. Oh, I am scarred by my past. Blistering memories of being left behind. just want it to be enough.
Are you playing piano, Jules?
Yes, ma'am. And the amazing Koi Ananta is playing the violin.
Look, I got chills. That's cool. You're awesome.
Thank you.
It's lonely being the leader when it all depends on you. And I wonder if they can see her when they watch everything that you do. Whoa, I am scarred by my past, blistering memories of being left behind by those I thought loved me when I wanted to be loved. I just want it to be enough.
Disney needs to throw this in their next movie.
Yeah, they do.
I've always loved the violin. Gorgeous.
This is all Koi. This is all Koi's brilliant artistry.
It's hard enough to lose when you've given up so much, and the failure creeps inside you, inside you. All I ever wanted was to be enough. Oh, I am scarred by my past, blistering memories of being left behind by those I thought loved me when I wanted to be loved. I just wanted to be enough. I just wanted to be enough.
Yeah. World premiere, ladies and gentlemen. Jules and the Howl right there. Enough.
Jules, that was
Awesome.
great. It was beautiful.
Thank
Great
you.
changes.
Ah.
Very good.
Girl, you're amazing. I've said it before. I'll say it a million times, but you're so good.
Oh
my gosh, and I
thank
just-
you guys so much.
I have to tell you. So when it comes to songwriting, Patrick is really picky about changes, and he, really likes the changes to be creative and smart. And I just want you to know, Jules, that you got the eyebrow raise of approval.
Oh, you did? Yeah, it's true. And whenever you get outside of the diatonic key or something, and something comes on
Unexpected. You get that. Ooh.
He was. That's exactly what he did.
And she looked
He
at me,
was
and
like,
I was like, ooh.
Yeah!
So,
Oh my
so
God.
good.
so you got the ooh in there.
Eyebrow raiser approved. I
Yeah.
love it. Thank you guys.
Excellent.
I can't tell you how much that means to me, especially coming from you two, such amazing musicians. And April, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.
Of course, Jules and the Howl. Where can they find you? What are your socials?
All right. So on all of them, they are Jules and the Howl, Jules, and the Howl, HOWL. The howl being like a wolf howl. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling us. We love you. Congratulations on your amazing world premiere single release coming out very soon. We were able to hear it right away. It's called Enough. Jules and the Howl, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Have a good
Soon. Love
night.
you all. All right. Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. So Patrick and Alex Windsor in here. Oh my goodness. So what's up and coming for you guys? I know you guys probably have like a lot of creative stuff happening, especially since you've been home together, huh?
So much pressure being home all the time. Like you gotta make the next night at the opera or some shit. Like
Exactly.
no, it took a while. It took me like a month to settle in and like start
I think
being
everybody, yeah.
productive. Like otherwise, just fucking Netflix again. Just put on Netflix, you know. But finally, something I think I don't know. Probably half of us are like, I'm gonna write a damn quarantine tune. Like,
Did you guys?
A quarantine? Yeah, it happened.
A quarantine. That's awesome.
Yeah. So finally started writing. So I think there's another EP written, ready to go. So now it's just about going and recording. I started tracking the horns for it. I've done trumpet and trombone and saxophone and stuff. So you know.
That's what's up and coming.
That'll be next. Yeah, hopefully another music video for this record and you know, hopefully play a damn show.
Gosh, fingers
Would be
crossed.
awesome. We had
man.
our first show booked in May because it was in North Hollywood at the Universal Bar and Grill.
Okay.
And because we finally put a band together and we have a wonderful band. Everybody's amazing. Carl, Dan, Tom, you guys are spectacular, and they all learned the tunes. And we were ready to party, and we finally booked the first show, and then everything fell apart. So
man, right?
So hopefully that'll come back together.
It'll come back. It's already coming back. People out here are there shows in LA? No, not yet. Huh?
But Universal Bar and Grill apparently is kicking back in action as of July. I don't know how any of this stuff is working, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Low capacity, out here they're starting to open up clubs, having live shows, musicians playing. Right. So it's like limited capacity, wear masks, Yeah,
I mean, if you're like a bar and grill and that just has live music, I guess if you have tables and you're set up, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Well, you guys are going to play very soon. I'm sure you are. And I'm so excited for you guys. And you're right about the whole COVID thing. Even me, even though I'm a creator, but not in the sense of a musician or singer. But the first month, I think, of COVID, everybody was kind of just like behind their, curtains, kind of just like looking outside going, what are we doing? And then all of a sudden you're like, fuck this, let's do something.
You get it, you find a new routine, you get into it, you adapt, and you figure out how to, create and stay proactive within the new confines of what you have to deal with. So
what's Guitar Center doing?
Great question. So we actually had to shut down all of our stores not long after it hit. It was one by one. It was a very slow progression. But once we shut down, we were only shut down for like a couple weeks. Now, with my section of the business, which is lessons, we were able to move all of our lessons online.
Right.
So it was a massive undertaking. My team did an amazing job of going in and setting it up so that we had Zoom lessons launched. We trained the instructors on what to do. We figured out how to automatically email students and things. So it was like for 2 weeks straight, it was like around the clock trying to get stuff done.
What a headache. Like, how do we do this? Right.
Right. But the team pulled it off. And so
of course, because they have you. Hello.
My contribution is more educational than it is technical. They did an absolutely spectacular job. And I'm really proud of, we kept the music going after the stores were shut down. So
and the show must go on.
It must go on. And we're slowly opening stores again and launching lessons in stores again too. So
I know we did a couple curbside pickups.
Yeah.
At our Guitar Center out here. So Patrick and Alex Windsor, now the inspiration behind this song. It is called Black Hair. Let's listen to it.
So the first thing is it's supposed to sound like water.
I want to go like this.
Time lies still and breath is filled with black hair.
There aren't enough waltzes in today's music, I think. We need more waltz.
I'm bringing them back.
I love it. So different. I absolutely love it. It must feel so cool when you hear music that's written about you.
So I walked down, not to this song, but another song. I walked down the aisle to a song that he wrote.
Cut it out. See? You guys just keep getting better and better as a couple. So sweet.
for this song, we had to do a lot of, all of the instruments were recorded live separately. And so it took a long time to get all of the instruments like finally filled in and put together. So I want to say it was about a year that this song took.
Oh my
maybe.
goodness.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah.
There's, everything was recorded. Like, there's no computer samples or anything. Everything was done by a person. So there's, it's a 19th century Steinway piano, recorded in Chicago.
Wow.
And there's oboe and English horn and violin, viola, cello, upright bass, flute, saxophone, clarinet.
That's so refreshing to hear that it's actually played by humans. Nothing against electronics. I love that stuff, but it's cool to hear that all that was played by human beings.
Yeah.
And I swear your style is just so different and so like, like right away, like I thought of the Monkees, just like.
Yeah, this is like
Totally.
kind of that and like my Brian Wilson, Beach Boys, Pet Sounds kind of.
I love it. Where can they find you guys on socials?
On Instagram at PW and the Blackmail House, and on Facebook as Patrick Windsor and the Blackmail House.
All right. Any shout outs, you guys?
Shout out to Brad for calling in.
Thank you, Brad.
That was a pleasant surprise.
Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah. Thank you, Daddy. Yeah, just I guess to all of our Illinois fam that have stayed up late to tune into the segment, we appreciate you. So thank you for that. And yeah, that
everybody that played on those recordings.
Exactly.
I think there's a total of probably at least 10 or 12 people. Actually, more like 15 people between those two songs that played on it.
And if you're tuning in, please come. We would love to have you all here. And you guys could just play that song live right in this room. I think we could all fit.
Sure.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. It's fine.
I'll have deodorant by the door because we'll all be stuffy and sweaty in here.
Sweaty SoCal. Yep.
Sweaty SoCal. Patrick and Alex Windsor, they're absolutely amazing. Power duo. And what's funny is I already threw the story out to both of them when they got here. But my fiance, who's a drummer, I said, babe, do you wish that I was a musician? And he's like, what are you talking about? And he's in his lockout right now. So actually, he probably is happy that I'm not, because then I'd have to go with him to his lockout.
I think it like goes with like it's different for each couple too. Like some it's like and it's important to note that like if you are both musicians, and especially if you play together and things like that, that it's important for you to have your own thing.
True, because you guys do have your own things.
Yeah,
just separate.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's.
Yeah, it's how you make it work. Is that everybody has to have a thing that makes them them. It can't always be the two of you.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think that and like I had told you before, was it's great to have things in common. It's important to have things in common, but I think that the things that you really have to have in common to make a relationship work are the fundamentals. What are your values? What do you how's your communication? How do you show each other that you love each other? So those are things that having the music on top of that is a bonus, but really you have to have that foundation for love to begin with.
And the music won't work otherwise too. Like you have to have that communication. You have to be able to say what you're thinking, and being able to ask the right questions and not interject yourself when it's not wanted and things like that. So
that's tricky.
Communication
that can be
important.
tricky in a marriage, I'm sure,
It
or
is.
a relationship.
I will say that the most difficult part of being two guitarists married to each other is that we use two different size strings on our guitars. I got little hands. So
you do?
I have little hands, and he has man hands, and so
How big are your hands?
So he uses heavier. What do you use? 11 gauge strings.
I use thick strings.
He uses heavy strings, and I use lighter than normal
I
strings.
use man strings.
I use girl strings apparently. So that's the only downside is that I'll go to grab a guitar if he played it last and he put strings on it last.
No.
I can't. I have a hard time playing.
I
it.
compromised though. One of the last ones I got, she uses 9s, I use 11s, so I got a new guitar and I put 10s on it.
There you go. Oh,
Right in the middle.
Marriage is about compromise. So now we have a guitar that neither one of us completely enjoy.
Your kid will enjoy it, baby.
Welcome to marriage.
There it is. Patrick and Alex Windsor. Here, wait, I got to play this song again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the drive.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
It gave us all a reason to shower and put on makeup and do our hair and dress. Would you be so kind to sign my banner, please?
Yes, I'd love to.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to Raw with April Duran.